Oysters aren't new to this world. Oysters are prehistoric. They are 265 million years old. The first reports actually of farming oysters were from the Roman times, where there was a guy who was actually aquaculturing oysters. And they said of him that he was such a good aquaculturist that he could grow oysters on the roof of his house. If you go down to Maine, you will see by the river where the oysters grow, middens, what's called middens. And they are 6 foot, 8 foot high drifts of oyster shells. It's all the oyster shells that the Native Americans ate and just left sitting right there. There was a time where oysters were everywhere. And this is the birth of the oyster shucker as we know it commercially. This is where the real houses started, that they would hire people to shuck oysters all the time. They even hired children back then in the day. Kids would be taken out of school with little signs around their neck saying, "I am little Rosie, I can shuck 4 buckets a day." And between these oyster shuckers, this is the actual start of the shucking competition. Oysters were so popular that they thought it would be impossible to eat all of them. And then along came the advent of industry and steam engine and the train and dredging. And within 40 years, suddenly the oyster stocks were decimated. There were no more oysters. And the only way they could keep this industry alive was to start aquaculturing them, just like the Romans did 1,700 years earlier. It's this labor of love now. And when you make someone like an oyster, they'll never thank you enough.